Hey guys, how you doing today? This is Fix and Go. Today we're going to talk about pricing for towing services, police calls, and emergency roadside services. Let's get into it. So first of all, let's start talking about the towing rates, right? So us as a Fix and Go company, I've been doing this since 2017, and the first year when I started towing tractor trailers, I was just charging, say if it was a 15 or a 30-mile tow, I'd just say, okay, let's just do it for $400. So over time, it was just myself just doing it, you know. It was $400, you know. And then if it's anything more, like say it's a 50 miles or say it's 65 miles, I would just say, you know, twice of that. So over time, I noticed that some of the jobs I go out to, it's taking me a lot longer, or sometimes I hit traffic, and sometimes you gotta go through, you know, turnpike tolls. It's costing you a lot of money. So I've been thinking, how do I do this so that it works out both ways, where I don't, you know, and the customers don't feel like we're overcharging them, trying to be fair. So I started calling local tow companies to see like what do they charge and how do they do, you know. I've probably called at least 30 tow companies, and what I agreed with was charging for towing as port to port. So first, it was just put my fuel prices, I put my mileage, my maintenance, insurance, and everything else. I came up to be at around $300 to $350 hourly. So that's what we've been doing. I stuck to it, and that's what we've been doing since 2018. And it's been doing really good. So what we do is we charge customers port to port. So if it's just a tractor or tractor trailer combination, we don't charge more for combination. But if it was say a tow is 45 minutes away, so we would do port to port from the time the tow truck driver leaves, the time they get back. And I thought that would be fair, and it's $350 hourly. That's what we charge. Most companies in the area, they want to charge from $450 to $550, but we are at during the day, we're at $350. Customers like it, we like it. I don't feel like I'm being undercharged or underpaid, or the customers think that we're trying to, you know, charge them more money. It's port to port. From the time I leave the shop, I get out there, hook up to it, take the drive line out, my air lines, put the light bar up, supply air to the tractor and trailer, and my brake service line, and then just get them to the shop. Boom, that's port to port. I think it's completely fair. That's how I've been charging for tractor trailers. Now, in some instances, cases, like we have, so we're in Maryland State. Pennsylvania, we're bordered with Pennsylvania State. Pennsylvania State, they have a really strict law where you're not allowed to tow a combination. So we would have to split the tractor and the trailer separately, tow it separately to the shop. So the way we do it, for tractors, we would charge $350. For trailers, we charge $250 port to port. Now, for tractors, I'd probably say if it's an hour away, I'd charge them probably 2.5 to 3 hours. But for the trailer, I'll just charge them 2 hours. Because hooking up to a trailer, all it takes is just back up to it, 2 air lines and an electrical cable, roll the landing gears up, make sure your tire's good, everything's tight and secured, and then tow it to the shop. I just charge them at $250 for 2 hours if it was an hour away, port to port. And customers are super happy. I'm happy, you know, again, it works out both ways. Now, if it was after hours, after 5 o'clock, we just charge an additional of $100 over. So if it was $350 during the day, it's $450 at night. Because, you know, you got to, you know, have a tow truck driver out there at night. It's just not safe. So we would have to charge a little bit more money to compensate, you know, when drivers come in, and most of the time, you know, some of them work overtime to get them off the road. So that'll be $450 hourly. So let's talk about the labor rate that we do in the shop. And majority of our customers, they're return customers, very loyal and great customers. So our labor rate this is what we charge at Fix&Go. Our labor rate for in-house during the day, it's $175 hourly. After hours, this is $185. Now, and we do charge half hour to an hour diagnostics fee. If a tractor trailer comes into the shop, says, hey, you know, I have a region light, okay, and it says region light's on, and I'm derated. I can only go 5 miles an hour. So we have him do the work authorization, and then right in there says we're gonna have to charge you half hour to an hour. This is how we do it again. Half hour to an hour, diagnostics, and there's gonna be a computer hookup fee. So with the regeneration system, it's hard to tell what is going on in the truck without knowing what codes it's going to give it to you. So if it's just if we hook up to it and we diagnose a bad def pump, a lot of the time some of these codes will tell you right away without any troubleshooting. It'll tell you def pump going out by saying that, you know, low def pressure supply or something in those lines, and then that's the only code on there. So we would just charge the customer an hour diag and a half hour, excuse me, it'll be a half hour diag and a computer hookup fee, which is $175 as well. At that point, we'll give the guy an estimate and do the labor. Now, when it comes to charging customers, like say a def pump is bad in this case, right? For def pumps, right, you're gonna have to look into the labor book, the labor guidebook. It'll tell you what the labor is supposed to be per that vehicle manufacturer and the make, right? You want to make sure that you charge the customer accordingly. What you would charge for a Freightliner Cascadia def pump, it might be completely different for a Kenworth T680, the newer ones. It might be completely different. So you got to make sure that you don't overcharge the customer, okay? Now again, whatever that labor is, you just punch in the number, say it takes 3.5 hours to, you know, drain the fluid, take the tank out, replace the pump, put it back in, pull it outside, and do a regen on it. 3.5 hours is what we charge at $175. Okay. Now after hours we charge $185. Okay, and we are here 24/7. So if it's anything after 5 at night till 8 in the morning, it's $185 hourly, and a computer hookup fee of $175. So that's our labor rate in the shop. Now if it was roadside services, right? A guy has a blowout, he's an hour away, tire blowout. So again, we will charge port to port from the time we leave the shop, time we get out there, get that tire replaced, and head back to the shop. So we would charge for the tire, a tire disposal, right? And then the labor with the road call out fee. Excuse me, the road call out fee is $150 is what we charge at the shop. So $150 plus your $175 port to port, and whatever the materials you use is how we do it. It's usually an hour to 2 hours, depending how far they're away from the shop. Now, unless you have multiple locations like we do, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, it's a lot closer to the customer. So we would send somebody from Shippensburg, Pennsylvania to go get the job done. So is Martinsburg, West Virginia. So that's how we price. If you guys have any questions or any comments, anything we can improve on, we would really appreciate to hear that. We're always learning and new things, and there's nothing wrong with taking suggestions from other businesses, reputable businesses that have been in the business doing this for too long. There's nothing wrong with that. Now this is our book, okay? This is our book. The book with all the rates for different counties. We're gonna talk about the book now, okay? If we have a new employee working for us, a new dispatcher, we're gonna have them go through the book, just familiarize themselves with the book, and so that we can charge the customers accordingly. Most of the time we use the book for police calls, right? Police calls, recoveries. You want to make sure that the book is well understood, because if you charge the guy a little bit more than what you're supposed to, and for any reason he has a complaint to make to the county or the state, you can get in serious trouble. I mean, you don't want to get a call from the state police or the county saying that you're overcharging the customer and you're gonna need to rectify the bill. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to do that. It just don't look good on you. My highly suggestion is when you have a police call and you're doing a recovery, make sure the county, you follow the county guidelines, what and how to charge the customer properly. I mean, it's super important. I mean, honestly, if you get in trouble, you get 2 or 3 of these where you're messing up with the county and you're overcharging customers, I promise you they're gonna kick you off the list. It's not gonna look good. And all the other tow companies in the area, they will talk on you. Like, I promise you, they'll say, oh, did you guys hear so-and-so tow company? Oh, they got kicked off the list. It doesn't look good. It don't look good. Even a small violation, it just gets on your record. So like, if ever you have to be reprimanded for anything, I promise you, they're going to go back and say, hey, you know, back then, you know, you overcharged the customer. I mean, they're just building a case on you. So the best thing to do is be good with them. Be good with the county. Make sure you're doing a really good job for them, and make sure you have the book with you. Okay, this is the law. I mean, you charge anything more, you can get in trouble. So this is my folder. This is what we made for Fix&Go. This is pretty much all the toll fees for Fix&Go. Okay, for all the police departments that we work with in the area. So we work with Frederick County. They have their own price sheet. We work with Washington County. They have their own. We work with Franklin County, Pennsylvania. We work with Martinsburg, West Virginia. They have their own Berkeley County rate sheet, and so is we have our own, right? So you have to make sure. Again, it's super important that you make sure that you abide by the toll fees that they have implemented. If you're not sure about, I would highly suggest you just reach out to the toll supervisor for the county, and then just clarify with them. If you're not sure, don't do it. It's better not do it. Just clarify before you can do it, or just reason with the customer. Maybe you can charge them less this time, and then just before you find out, because you don't want the customer to wait until you're trying to do all those all the research to charge them properly. Okay, it's important that you don't charge customers, you know, just based on however much you did, because reviews are important. They'll just leave you a really bad review and then just say something there completely unrelated, and you got a few of those, and just your tow company just don't look very professional. You know, make sure you keep the reviews up. Okay, but so yeah, so like just to show you guys, I don't know how much you can see through the camera or not, but like this is July 22nd through the 23rd. Washington County Towing Handbook. Okay, this handbook has all the rates in here. Now we have our own here, and as you can see, we have our own rate sheets. And like this one here, for example, you know, for vehicles 10,000 pounds and under, this is for Washington County. They have their own rate. This is not Washington County State Police. This is the county. Okay, and it'll have disabled vehicles, and it'll just tell you just per one vehicle 140. This is just an example, right? And they'll talk to you about the crash vehicles, secondary tow vehicle room. Make sure you understand your tow fees. And just about, I was telling you just about earlier, you know, this was 2 weeks ago. Another tow company suggested, it said, you know, Washington County, you know, now you can charge them $16.50 per fuel charge. Okay, fuel surcharge, excuse me. Fuel surcharge, you can charge them $16.50. Well, I didn't just go ahead and start applying that in my invoices. I called the county. I called the county's tow supervisor, and I made sure this what I'm hearing is correct. And yes, and we have that in the email, written in the email. He said that they're going to implement new toll fees, and those rates will be in the handbook as well. But he did confirm that we are allowed to charge $16.50 for fuel surcharge. So I had to do my own digging just to double, triple check to cover my ass, because I didn't want to get in trouble with them. Again, toll fees would also tell you, you know, anything over 10,000 pounds to 26,000 pounds. And then there's more fees, you know, they're going to talk about. Right. Then we have the Washington County, Maryland, State Police in Frederick County. Again, we have all of these fees listed up here. Maryland State Police, this was last year they came out with new toll fees. So like for when we go out for recoveries, for something like this, a 75-ton rotator and over, those fees are up here is what I'm allowed to charge. Now you don't have to charge those fees. My suggestion is, I mean, they gave us a highest rate of 3,600, I believe. I have to read the book. Yeah, 3,600 an hour for a rotator, 75-ton capacity or more, with a trained operator. I think that's good, but at the same time, I think that's definitely inflated. Us at Fix&Go, we don't charge those rates. I mean, it's good that they gave us a max rate of 3,600 is what we can charge, but we're way below that. You know, we work with customers. You can't charge them 3,600 an hour for a rotator. Now that's a 50-ton right there. 50-ton rates 2,150. That's more like doable. Most guys in the area, they charge somewhere between 2,100 to 2,800. So that's more doable, 2,150. And again, we would still work with the customers. I mean, and then they would tell us there's more like what am I allowed to charge for a just regular tractor off the highway, right, for police calls. Those rates are in here as well. You got to make sure, you know, you go with the rates. But anyhow, this is Fix&Go, and we don't just go out there and start charging customers what we think we should. You know, we work with customers. We want to make sure that we keep them in business. Their success will, you know, one day, you know, like I say, what goes around comes around. Their success will one day, you know, will give us constant jobs, recoveries, you know, towings, you know. We'll catch up with them. You know, we're not all about, you know, charge them big money now. You know, you work with the customers and keep them. Those customers will bring you more customers, you know, and they'll just give you steady work. You know, that'll be a big job in the shop for you, for your tow truck drivers. You know, you got to work with customers, you know. Don't just go for the big money. Let me just charge them, you know, this much right now, you know, done deal. No, don't think like that. Think long term, you know. That's how we do at Fix&Go. This is what we charge. Obviously, every year, every 2-3 years, you know, we do have to revisit the rates and see what the area charges, so we can be competitive as well. Thanks for watching this video. We really appreciate it. If you guys have any suggestions, any comments, you know, let us know. We're here 24/7. Thanks for watching the video again. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Take care.